and French fries and fried chicken and pizza? Of course I would. The problem is when I teach people, and what people have got to understand is when you eat food, you've got to say, now, am I going to eat this, digest it, and evacuate it? Or am I going to eat it, digest it, and store it? Now, most people are spiritual. Not talking religion here, but most people are spiritual. They believe there's something that planned all this. Say. Now, when I look at a chocolate-covered donut, I'm not going to mention names, or I look at fried chicken, or I look at a pizza, have I got the right to say to myself now, why would God want me to have something that is bleached flour, mucus cheese, and tomato sauce that'll burn the paint off of my Mercedes?
Doc, that's a great point, and that's going to bring me to the next thing in the segment. What are some do's and what are some things that we should, just some foods that we should avoid?
We consume foods, again, that you are supposed to eat, digest, and evacuate. If we consume foods that the body does not recognize, these are foods that are, I call the devil. I do this in my office. I'm not saying, but I'm saying foods that the devil put in front of us. Looks good, tastes good, smells good, something's wrong.
Temptation.
Right?
Temptation is
right.
what it is.
So you look at it and say, wait a minute, maybe this is not what I'm supposed to consume. And when you consume those foods, the foods that we were not designed to consume, the body doesn't know what to do with it. If the body doesn't know what to do with it, the body's going to store it. And all of a sudden, we start to gain our weight. So when people say, well, I'm obese, I'm genetically obese, that's not true. That is not what we were designed for. We did it to ourselves.
Great. That is a great point to stop at. We're going to go into a commercial break, and we're going to give you some clips to look at. Hopefully you have a strong stomach, because some of the content may be a little bit strong and sensitive for some. However, we're talking about ways to combat obesity. 911, running out of weight. And we'll be right back. And when we do come back, we're going to bring on another guest that's going to talk about some ways how to exercise. So dieting and exercising equals health and wellness. You're watching Real Talk with Rajheem. We'll be right back. Don't touch that dial.
The front line in our nation's battle against obesity extends from our main streets.
We got Taco Bell, Burger King, Jack in the Box.
To our supermarkets.
How much temptation is there around?
Immense amounts.
To our schools.
Houston, we have a problem.
At this Houston, Texas middle school, a team of doctors and cardiologists set up a MASH unit of sorts to screen students and uncover startling findings.
If we can't do something about this problem, we're going to end up as a nation of cardiac cripples.
Nationwide, 2/3, more than 190 million of us, are overweight or obese, a nearly $150 billion annual cost to our healthcare system. It's a drain on our pocketbooks and our self-esteem.
It's sad because I want to be everybody's friend, but nobody wants to be my friend.
Because of your weight, you think?
Because of my weight, yeah.
Today, we're bombarded with fast, easy ways to tack on the pounds.
And we are back. You're watching Real Talk with Rajheem. And today we're talking about obesity. And today's topic is obesity 911, running out of weight. Before the commercial, I was talking with Dr. J, and he gave us a lot of tips and medical information on how to take care of ourselves and things that we can use to watch out for becoming obese. Blood pressure, heart attack, and these things are things that are taking us out at an alarming rate. And then I promised that I would bring back with me another guest. And please welcome to the show, Miss Iman. Iman brings a wealth of knowledge and experience from the personal training and fitness sector. She worked with men and women and has worked with children. Welcome to the show, Iman.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Certainly. How are you feeling today?
Oh, I'm feeling great. Thank you.
Good. And you're looking the part as well.
Thank you.
What is the secret? What is it? Are you drinking from the youth foundation, the fountain of youth?
Pretty much. I like to think so.
Okay. Well, we've been talking about obesity.
Yes.
And we were talking about ways to combat obesity and how to reverse the curse, so to speak.
There are no two people with the same body makeup. I even tell someone if they have a twin, the program still may differ. The basic and bottom line is, first thing is that you will see a doctor so that doctor can inform you of your own limitations. I let everyone know I'm not a doctor. I don't play one on TV either. So they have to first get okay through their doctor. That's number one. The second thing I would tell someone is you listen to your own body. So if I suggest that someone does a particular exercise and it hurts them, they can't do it, too much weight on the knees, the feet, the back or anything, don't do it. I can't do that. From there, I always tell people, you do what's practical. A lot of people want people to, well, go to the gym, we'll get in the dance class, we'll get in the pool, you know, and you have to do what's practical for you based on your own limitations. Someone who is 30 pounds overweight, 50 pounds overweight, 100 pounds, 200 pounds overweight, obviously the programs are going to differ. So you have to find out what you can do. The best thing is some movement. That's key. Get started.
Some movement.
Some movement. Do something. That's the first key right there, is to do something. I always recommend that you do something convenient. So if you haven't been to the gym ever in your life, you didn't even, this is a new concept for you, please do not go and buy a membership, because you're going to go for maybe a week, possibly a month. If somebody's dragging you, maybe 3 months.
And fall off.
And then what are you going to do when you get there? It's very overwhelming when you go to the gym and you see people, you're obese, and you see people who are super fit and you're not. And you see all of this equipment. It's like a kid in a candy store. You don't know which way to go. So everyone lives somewhere for the most part. There's your exercise program to begin right there, from in your house to outside your front door.
What about someone who works in an office confined area, maybe a cubicle or an office, and they're at that desk all day, and the nibbling on chips and the nibbling on, and some people do eat healthy trail mix and so forth. What are some things that they can do right at their workstation that will help them?
Well, you bring up a very good point, because I always start with asking people, what's in your desk? What's in your desk? You know what's in a lot of people's desk?
Stapler machine.
Cinnamon buns.
Oh.
Cinnamon buns is one of the most popular horrible treats that's in people's desk. And of course, then you have the chips, and you have the cookies, and you have all that stuff. They're fully loaded at the desk, putting forth all that effort at the desk, okay? Take that away first. That's number one. Get rid of all of that stuff right there. And form a united front with everyone asking, can we get healthier snacks? In the meantime, bring your own healthy snacks. You brought that garbage that you put in the desk. Bring a healthy snack. You know, people say, well, I don't have time to eat. Well, you had time to grab the honey bun. You follow what I'm saying? Grab a granola bar instead. Grab an apple instead. So the first thing is you got to look at, because I can run home. I live in Decatur. I can run home right now and burn like a whole lot of calories.
Okay, you show off.
However, if before I took off running, or when I get to my destination, I eat all of this junk food, I consume 3,000 calories, 4,000 calories, I down it with some pizza, soda, and a sweet tea, I may as well not have run. You follow what I'm saying? I may as well, because I just took all the calories back in, and the fat and everything else. So the key thing is you have to get control of your diet first, as Dr. J was saying.
So if I go to, let's say, Lenox Square, I park at the very end out by Petrie, and I'll walk in to make myself walk and do the extra. Same thing with if you're on the second or third, I'm not saying on the 20th floor, but if you're on the second, third, fourth floor of a building, everybody knows, but you got to do it. See, and you got to stick with it. Walk those 3 or 4 flights. Don't take that elevator. Make yourself walk back down those flights. And then you're starting in movement, because we are animals. We're designed for movement. We're designed for exercise.
Right. And also,
those are easy ways of doing it.
Also, as your questions answer further, I have people do like this. A lot of women complain about right here. Okay, this right here is very wiggly. Right here, a lot of women get fat under here, which take the whole shirt size up. Okay, the waistline. You know, so I would have them doing like this. Not too many things that we do in the course of a day do you have to raise your hand. So of course, you're gonna get flabby right here, okay? Also pushing yourself back.